What's up, diary? Today's Friday, the 24th of February, 2017. I haven't done a diary in a while because I've been really busy. Between playing this new horror game called Soma, which is really story-driven. It's a really excellent game with lots of puzzles and scares and tension and hiding and creeping and crawling to get away from the enemy and you can't fight back. A great game. Between that and focusing on the Vloginsons, the YouTube channel, and spending time with the kids and having to put extra time into the family because they've been really fucky as of late. They have. First of all, no, I want to back up and say something positive first. We got paid by YouTube. We got paid by Google again. Second time getting paid by them, almost $200 again, which is cool. When you get paid by YouTube and you tell people, you have to tell people because, I mean, not other YouTubers. You don't really have to tell other YouTubers, but you got to tell your family and the people that don't understand why you do what you do. You know, I got paid. That way they think you're less fucky for doing YouTube. They think you're less weird for putting all this work into something and seeing no financial gain from it. So it's always good to be like, I got paid almost $200 from YouTube. Now I feel less like a piece of shit. Haha. So there's that. And we needed the money. It came at a timely time. So yeah, we got paid by YouTube. That's positive. Now on to the shitty fucking things. My kids have been fucky as of late. There's been a lot of things having to deal with. Rachel's been gaining dump truck loads full of weight. She has a predisposition in her genes to gain weight, which is horrible. It doesn't mean she's guaranteed to get fat because of her genes. You still have to make the choices to put the food in your mouth for your body to then process it in the way that it naturally wants to. And you can even beat the predisposition by changing your metabolism. But her predisposition is to pack that shit on there like a polar bear. And it's been challenging because she sneaks food. And there's a food program at school where the kids can eat food. They bring food in baskets to the classrooms for the kids who can't afford to bring food to school. But everyone can take from it so that the kids who can't afford it don't have to stand out like a sore thumb going up to the front of the class and getting food from the basket. So Rachel eats the food out of it, although she tells us that she doesn't. I know she does, because the amount of food we're feeding her at home, even with her sneaking food, which she does, she still shouldn't be as big as she is. She's fairly active. I mean, she does stuff. She's just getting big. And that sucks, for the health reasons, because fat is for life for most people. You never really shake it. And once your body learns how to gain weight, it doesn't want to let it go because it thinks it's surviving by keeping that weight. You've told it to save that because there's going to be a famine soon. So there's the health implications, the heart disease, the increased risk of stroke, and just so many bad things. And I know she's got visceral fat too. I know she's got the fat not just on the outside, but her abdomen is a little bit bigger. It just tells me she's got fat inside the body, around some of the organs and stuff like that. And we're really trying. We're really working with her, and it's difficult. We can't just put her on the diet we're on because that's a once-a-day reward meal with no carbs for the rest of the day. And it's only an hour you can have carbs. Even if she doesn't eat the rest of the carby food at school, right? If we couldn't put her on this diet because you need carbs at school because you're active. And you need carbs and sugars to learn properly at school for your brain to work. So we're just like, what do we do, you know? She has to want to lose it. And little kids, quite often, they don't get that until they're old enough to be more vain and look in the mirror and really compare themselves to their friends. She'll have moments of clarity where she cries, but in general, I mean, I guess like most obese people or people that are getting obese, those moments of clarity are always, or quite often, overshadowed by the moment of temptation. We're doing what we can, but she works against us a lot of the time. So we're worried for her. That's been really stressful. Jason's having a hard time at school. He had a growth spurt. So we think because of the growth spurt, he's on these meds that help him pay attention, help him do better at school. It's kind of like, I think, a Ritalin derivative, but it's not really Ritalin. It doesn't do what Ritalin did in the 90s, 80s, turn kids into zombies. It's not quite like that. But it helps him pay attention. It helps him concentrate when he's decided that's what he wants to do. He described it when he's not on it like everything is rushing by in his head real fast. He's got all kinds of ideas and things like that just going. This pill kind of quiets that down a little bit. not completely. He had a growth spurt. We think he needs to up his pill dosage. When he forgets to take his pill dosage, the teacher knows. But she calls up, Jason, did he forget to take his meds this morning? Yes, he did. Damn it, And she'll ask us to bring them. That tells me she's like, he's a lot to handle if he doesn't take them. He doesn't pay attention. He's looking off in space. He's easily distracted. He'll do nothing for sit and do nothing for 20 minutes. But the growth spurt means he's probably not getting enough of his meds either. So we got to go in. That's kind of stressful. He's 2 weeks behind on his math, and he does hours of homework every night now to catch up. It's still, even with that, he's having a hard time. Arthur, on the other hand, was doing so well. He was the good kid. He was the model son. He was the one that was the example. And lately, he's just entered don't give a shit mode. 0 fucks given. Just look at all the fucks I give. There's none there, Arthur. That's right. That's how many I give. It seems like Arthur's entered into that mode again. And so we're finding it challenging to deal with Arthur. And all the kids have been getting grounded a lot lately from technology and having things confiscated because they've just been so naughty. They've just been so, Rachel's been behaving extra selfish, just selfish. And Jason has been unable to stay on track of a lot of things and not paying attention and just doesn't care. And Arthur just doesn't care. And they've all been lying off and on. Rachel is recently the worst liar, with Arthur in the lead of giving the least fucks. I think Jason's trying the most. But it's been stressful with the kids, dealing with all this stuff. And they've not been coming home after school properly. Rachel has, the boys haven't. They've been really dawdling, a half an hour or an hour late, and we've been dealing with that. It's just been a bit of pain in the ass. So I haven't taken the time to do diaries because I've been dealing with all that stuff, and I've been dealing with the channel and stuff like that. I suppose I could do a diary every day, a quick one, but I really just it hasn't even crossed my mind to keep the record. And also I uploaded a video a couple days ago talking about how when I was a teenager, someone decided that I was public enemy number 1, I was a heroin dealer, and they came into my house all stoned out of their fucking gourd, looking for my roommate a few times, and on the final time when they couldn't get a hold of my roommate, they proceeded to pound the living shit right out of me. In my own house. With no remorse. To this day, this person doesn't have any fucking remorse. They probably still think I had something to do with what they were mad at me for. I literally had nothing to do with the reason why he wanted to pound someone. I was literally just one of the people that lived in the house. But I got the beats for it. And I guess it was better I got the beats than my roommate got the beats, right? What kind of a person would I have been? But still. So I didn't upload a diary as well because I wanted that video to sit. Which no one even gave a fuck about. Which that's surprising. It's like, hey, I'm telling you about one of the most traumatizing events of my life and no one cares. That's the joy of YouTube, right? It's fickle. Popularity Club. It's a long video. It's a half an hour. I couldn't tell the story anything less than a half an hour. That tells you attention spans are fucked on YouTube. But it's such a true story. And when I tell it, I feel like it's a enthralling story that I'd be surprised people don't want to listen, It is what it is. The story's out there. I got a whole other series. The next story will be about when I lived with gay pedophile Dave as a teenager. That's going to be a whole other can of worms. I never had a gay relationship with him, by the way, or a pedophile relationship. It wasn't like that, but... Anyway, so that's my diary. February 24th, 2017. It's a Friday. Tonight we're having pizza. The kids are going to come home. I'm hopeful this is going to be a good weekend. So, and Jason has a sleepover for Cub Scouts this weekend, which is going to be kind of fun for him. All the Cub Scouts from all the troops are going to be there in the church, sleeping on the ground. How uncomfortable is that shit? Who wants to sleep in a gymnasium? Might as well be the zombie apocalypse or a flood or something like that. Anyway, yeah, that's the end of the diary. Thanks so much for being an ear, and I'll see you in the next one. Goodbye.